So this is part 2 of Stoicism from scratch. The idea is within 10 episodes you will understand Stoicism and how to use the philosophy in your life practically. So if you're watching this episode, I assume that you watched the first one, which was basically explaining that the only good is virtue and that you need to base your foundations and your actions of what you're going to do throughout your life and your days. You need to base this off of virtue. So this lesson is based on two things you probably hear the most in Stoicism, which is the dichotomy of control and amor fati, which I think they go hand in hand, and that's why I put them together for this lesson. So the dichotomy of control, simply explained by Epictetus, who was a slave turned philosopher. He wrote the Discourses and the Enchiridion. He said some things are within our power, some things are not. Within our power are our opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power, our health, our wealth, our reputation, our office, and in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. And simply put, that your inner works, your reasoning, the way you respond to the external world, that is the only thing that is within your power. And this, according to Viktor Frankl, he's the author of Man's Search for Meaning. He was a Holocaust survivor and he was a neuroscientist. He said that everything can be taken from man except one last thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's own way in any set of given circumstances. And this is the dichotomy of control. So you might be thinking that my health, my wealth, my reputation, this is within my power. Well, you have some influence in terms of what you move towards, your motivations and your desires. You have choice over this if you want to move towards money, if you want to move towards improving your health. But at the end of the day, no matter how much grasp you try to get over your health, old age will take it away, sickness might take it away, injury might take it away. And the same with wealth. You never know if this can be taken away from you or given to you at any time. So you need to focus on the way you control the things you actually do control, and you need to stop focusing so much on the externals that you don't control, and this will help you lead a calmer life. So the idea is, when you're in a situation and you know it's raining, people get frustrated over the rain, but you can't control the rain. You can choose to either, as I say, you can sing in the rain, you can dance in the rain or sulk in the rain. It will rain regardless. These things will happen, but you can choose how to respond to these things. So the next time someone is rude to you, you say, I don't control if this person is rude to me. I don't control people. You don't control people, but you control how you respond to this person. So you ignore the externals for a moment and think, how can I best respond to this person? And if you watch the last episode, you will know how to best respond to this person, or how to best respond to this situation. And there is a pause, there is a moment that you give to yourself when an event happens to you, and you think, how can I best respond? And there is an exercise you can do that can help you understand the dichotomy of control a little bit better. Is you write down situations that happened in your life in the past, or maybe something you're going through right now, and you write down what's in your control and what's out of your control, and you'll start to realize that majority of life, 99% of life, is outside of your control. But when you realize how little control you have, that is when you get full control over your life. Because at the end of the day, this is the only thing you can actually control. Your opinions, your motivations, your desires, your aversions. You control what you think of things, how you feel about things. You control what you move towards, what you move away from, how you respond to a situation. So just remember this. And then this works in conjunction with amor fati, which is a phrase you probably hear a lot. It's a Latin phrase that means the love of one's fate. And the idea of amor fati is that the world happens around you. This is fate. So this is the externals outside of your control. And if you don't believe in spiritual things or religious things or any of that, the idea is simply given, because people say this is what God's handed you, this is divine fate, this is the will of nature. But if you don't believe in any of that, if illness is given to you, it's been given. If injury, if bad weather, if misfortune, if good fortune, if life, if loss, if death, if love. If any of this is handed to you, it's been handed. It's there. And you cannot stop that. It's in the past now. You cannot stop what has happened. You cannot change what has happened. But you do control how you respond to these things, how you treat these things, how you cherish these things, how you care for these things. So to love your fate, as the Stoics say, is to love whatever is given to you, because to do anything else is to resist the truth, and it's to fight what has been handed to you, which only causes resistance and resentment. So when you're handed bad traffic, it's a simple one, you're handed bad traffic, you say, this is okay, I love this. Now I have more time to listen to a podcast. Now I have more time to practice my patience. If you're handed bad weather, you can say, now I have time to sit and contemplate the nature of life. Or I have time to watch a movie. Maybe your TV doesn't work, because that's what fate's handed you. Now you have time to practice being present, which is an important practice to the Stoics, and I'll touch on that in a later episode. So that's the general gist of it. Is dichotomy of control is to focus on what you actually do control and stop focusing on what you don't control, because it will only cause stress when you're trying to control the weather, trying to control people, trying to control the outcomes of life or the past that has already happened. You can't change the past. And a funny story, interesting story, it's not that funny actually. It's not funny at all. I went to the Shaolin Temple a few years ago and had a chat with Shiheng at the Shaolin Temple. You've probably seen his talks all over the internet. He's got a real good way of talking. Anyway, he said to me, he says, your partner, the closest person to you, do they oftentimes surprise you? I say, yeah, they oftentimes do. They don't meet my expectation. And then he says, what about your other family members a bit further away than people at work, maybe friends? And he says, what about random strangers? How can you ever expect them to meet your expectations? And I said, yeah, you got a point. It's completely outside of my control. And this is when you can be disturbed, when life doesn't live up to your expectations. Life doesn't meet the criteria that you have for it. So I'll just read a few quotes on this topic. Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your own mind, not outside events. Realize this and you'll find strength. Not being able to govern events, I govern myself, and if they will not adapt to me, I adapt to them. And lastly, man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. Actually, there is another quote. External things are not the problem, it's your assessment of them, which you can raise right now. So hopefully those quotes sort of make sense to what I was just saying. That's lesson 2, Stoicism from scratch. Hopefully you're getting a bit of an idea, and by episode 10 you'll get a really good idea. I wish someone made this when I was first starting studying Stoicism. It would have made things a lot easier. Where to look, where to go. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And again, I got my brand new tripod out. I brought it a bit closer. I put it on top of a plant pot. It's got the stabilizers. It's brilliant actually. I've already spoke about this, but I did a talk with a YouTuber called Accepting the Universe. I've got another. I'm having a conversation tomorrow with another YouTuber. I'm excited to talk to her. We'll be talking about the shadow and shadow work, which is a very interesting concept. If you have any people you want me to talk to, leave them in the comments. Let me know what you want me to talk to them about, and I'll try my best to make it happen. And have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Today's lesson was powered by Huel. If you, like me and many other people around the world, just living busy lives, struggle to get in your daily nutrition, then Huel Black Edition is a game changer. Most products that support daily nutrition are just packed full of low quality ingredients, but not Huel Black Edition. Each serving delivers 40 grams of plant-based protein, along with 26 essential vitamins and minerals, all carefully selected by Huel's expert nutritionists. I implement Huel into my daily life, especially the daily greens each morning, because I like them as part of my routine. I like the taste, I like the health benefits that I feel, and it's quick, easy. and it stops me reaching for those unhealthy snacks and spending unnecessary money and time on unhealthy snacks and fulfilling these cravings. So if you're ready to invest in your health, go to the link in the description for exclusive offers. Thank you for listening to today's video. I hope this lesson was helpful.